My name is Adedayo Fashinu, and this is the Black Ambition Demo Week. So it's full of fun activities, inspiring activities, and a lot of learning opportunities for us CEOs, founders, and so on.
Oh, that's what I need to do too.
Everyone say cheese. Of Black Ambition Demo Day Week series of events. Just like that. Feel free. Hi, Rebecca. Hi. We're currently at the Dentsu office. This is our day one lab, and my company TANTV is a media technology company, and the technology component of TANTV is called Syndex. So what Syndex does is that we aggregate multicultural local news publications all in one feed, providing tech solutions for publishers and also helping users reach diverse, multicultural, stories that they won't get anywhere else. And some of the key takeaways from today. So, for instance, we had in the morning we had a CEO chat and with a C3 powerful CEO. So I felt empowered being in the room alone with Black Ambition CEO, with the CEO of Dentsu and the CEO of Heineken. And one of the big takeaways from that conversation for me was all about risk. The CEO of Heineken talked about how he had to move with his family, take on the big job all the way to Europe. And it was a big risk because you don't know if that position is going to work out or not, and you're having to take all your family with you. And that reminds me of some of my personal experiences of how I have to take risk. And so risk taking is it's something that is inevitable for a founder, for a CEO. So that was one thing that I learned, that it's inevitable as a founder to take risk. On the other chats that we had, we talked about, it was just very inspiring. We talked about democratizing media, and being a media technology company myself, that conversation was just one in a million for me. So they touched on all the key points of how minority-owned media platforms are highly fragmented and widely underrepresented. And so there's a lot of work going behind the scenes of how can you increase media representation, and how can you, for instance, as a small business owner, get that visibility that you need across media platforms. And that's the solution that TANTV Syndex is trying to solve as well, in terms of supporting small brands and also supporting small publishers in getting that visibility that they need. So it's been fun so far. I could go on and on with the lessons, but I'll stop. Tell you what, to be a founder means that you are relentless, you're stubborn, you're persistent. It means a lot of things. So that's all, when you think of the traits around grit, that's what grit means. It means that you're standing firm no matter what, and sometimes you feel so defeated, right? Building a company, dealing with employees, the challenges of, for us, and some of the challenges that we face that enables me to build more grit is when we pitch to advertising partners, or for instance, most recent was campaign funds that was out there, and we, for instance, stayed on top of a campaign from March till October and nothing happened, and that was a lot of time invested. And we, of course, you need the ROI on this time you're invested in pitching and attending meetings and all that. So even with all that, and sometimes that you lose, what happens afterwards? Do you give up, or do you stay focused and recalibrate or check out what did we do wrong? Where did we go wrong with this? Or maybe you did nothing wrong. How could you just keep pushing forward? And so with grit, it comes with it comes with mental strength. I would say you can't be a founder and not be mentally strong or fit. And sometimes when you're not as strong, it's probably time to practice self-care, probably time to take a chill pill, step away before you start hating the business, because it gets there. It gets to a point where you detest the business because it's not working out, and you're like, I've put in so much sweat, so much effort, and I gotta, do I quit or do I keep going? But instead of quitting, I would say take a break, find ways to recalibrate, connect with friends, build, those relationships that matter, and and just know that you started this for a reason. So always go back to your why. Power. I know it's very cliche. But it's power, power because, it's taken years of building to get to this point, to be in the room with other powerful CEOs, to be in the room with peers who are also founders and leaders. And so there's no way that I can be in this space and not feel powerful, right? Power to know that I'm on the right track, power that we're moving in the right direction, we're serving, we're doing something right. You don't get here because you're waking up and just going to bed doing nothing. The work is paying off. And so for me, this is such a powerful experience. And I told myself when I was on the flight here, what are the intentions that I want to set? So I came in here with, how do I want to feel every day through this week? How do I want to connect with people? I wanted to be intentional about that. So that question for me is just power. Nothing beats it right now. So it feels great. You did that. Thank you.
Hello.
How has it been?
Amazing. We are having a great time.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you can hear me, but good time.
So Black Ambition, Dentsu, and Anakin feeding us today, day one of the beautiful week. So I'm excited.
You'll have puppets in front of you that are iced down. Up here, it is a personal experience. The palate of our mouth,
Am I saying something? No.
I think so.
First of all, congratulations on having a beautiful baby come into this world.
Thank you.
And the most important thing around Heineken Zero is it's totally alcohol-free. 0.0% alcohol, and you can enjoy it at any time you want. Now you can, whether you're pregnant, not, or just want to have a great night. So cheers to you.
It's just as good.
Yeah,
So
the beauty of Heineken, the
I
magic of
love it.
Heineken.
Really smooth.
Hey.
Congratulations.
You zooming into
Hey. So Heineken Zero, non-alcoholic, and tastes like real beer. Imagine.
Oh, shout out. Some of the things that we got throughout so far this week. So we gifted this bag, and so this is what's in it. So you can that condition let's see what else is here. All right. And gosh, I'm gonna sit down. I'm trying to find the best position with this big belly of mine. Okay. So this I'm here because I'm trying to get the best light for you guys. So let's see. Perfume, Louis Vuitton perfume. Yay. Alrighty. And then some of the merch from some of the Black Ambition founders. This is spicy dark soya chocolate. Says made in made in Nigeria. Chocolate. And Homebody. Yeah, this is by my girl Rebecca. Homebody. What's this? CBD bath soap. Okay. This is one of the founders who is also a prize winner, Rebecca. And it says, enjoy this gift from Louis Vuitton and Black Ambition. Made it to demo day. Yay! So, and I think this is another product from one of the Black Ambition founders. This store. So, fun stuff. We got this on our day one. That was yesterday. Then we also got this hoodie, which I'm going to be wearing out today. Today we're doing a Black Wall Street tour, and I hope I'm not late doing this video. So yeah, we got this hoodie. I'm gonna be wearing this today because I think it's I think we're all gonna be wearing this today. So let me put this on. Hey, look, Black Ambition. Ooh. Ooh. So let's put this on. Let's put this on. Ooh. Okay. Let's edit that part out. Take out this dress. Let's see. And you know, it's a week-long fun experience. You know, activities, learning labs, you know, dinners, and then the big day, the demo day. So it's really nice to be out here. So this is the hoodie they gave us. We have a Black Wall Street tour today, so I'm getting ready to get out the door, and this is what I'll be wearing with my coat. I'll show you my full outfit later, and then I'll try to take some clips as we go of just what the day was about, and I'm hoping that by the time I compile this, it makes sense for you founders who are, you know, curious about, you know, what it means to be a Black Ambition prize winner. So all right guys, she is ready out of the door, and I'm gonna show you guys what my day is like. But she's feeling good. Yes, she is. This mama, this CEO, this boss lady is feeling good. Okay, with my Black Ambition sweatshirt and my cute bump. Okay, so good. All right, out the door. Black Wall Street tour. All right, Black Ambition.
today?
We should connect.
Ready for today?
I think so.
Okay.
I got a lot of rest.
Looking good. Yeah. Oh, look at you.
Capture my good side.
Exactly. Everyone looks great. I'm like, we're all going to be able to identify each other today with a sweatshirt.
All the people ready to step out. I love your necklace.
Thank you. Thank you. Her name is Diva. And what dawns on me is that in this era that we're in, let me just say the Trump era, racism is no longer an undertone. It's right in front of us, and I'm afraid that history is going to repeat itself. Maybe not to that extent, but in different ways, in different formats, where they try to oppress and suppress Black people. But we've always been resilient, and I believe that we'll always be resilient. And this time around, we're not gonna sit still. There's a consciousness of what's happening. So just wanted to. I'm still kind of shaken from the tour, just kind of the revelations, but it's not anything that we don't know about. It's not anything new. It's just like, what can we do? What can we do as, again, to your founders, what can we do as founders? How do we move as Black founders, as Black entrepreneurs? How do we set intentions going forward to reclaim our power and to give power to those around us, to empower all those around us, our audience, our staff, our teams, right? It's I don't really have a clear excuse me, sorry. I don't have a clear answer for all of these things, but this is what I'm currently thinking about for this, Black condition space that I'm in. And I'm just kind of taking it all in. Being around other Black founders through this program is so inspiring. It's so inspiring. There's so much love. There's so much openness, transparency in how we have conversations and how we embody the space we're in, knowing that we could only be here in this time, in this moment together because of the intentionalities that we've set around our businesses to make an impact in one way or the other, So this week is really, it's almost like it's exciting, but it's also very stolen for me because, I'm in this space, beautiful hotel, New York City, Midtown, surrounded by beautiful founders, and I am taking a step back to think of how I move forward, how I embody going forward everything that I've experienced this week, and just feeling more emboldened and more powerful. We have power. And building a business sets the tone for a lot of things. Sets the tone for economic growth, not just for yourself, but for the communities that you serve and the communities that you are a part of, right? I know I said a lot there. I just wanted to document this moment. Just coming from the Black Wall Street tour in New York City. Now we are heading to the So Ambitious dinner. I'm gonna get dressed and then I'll take you on that adventure as well.
This is a lot, especially being pregnant right now and expecting baby number 2. You know, being a mom entrepreneur, mompreneur. It's interesting. Half of the time I was tired. You know, I had my big bottle of water with me. But God has given me strength. It's given me strength to be here, and I'm thankful that I have the strength. You know, I'm fine. You know, just gotta keep going. But it's almost, I don't want to say it's been a lot. It's been a lot of fun, but at the same time, it's hard work and fun work. So getting ready to step out. I'm gonna get dressed for dinner, and I hope I'm not running late all the time. But I'm doing my best. This is unofficially, officially, whatever, my sort of first kind of vlogging in a way, and so I'm, you know, really hoping that, you know, founders who are thinking about applying to Black Ambition see this video and get encouraged to apply, because you just never know what could happen. This could be you next, you know, next score. So I'm doing this for you. So send me a message when you watch this video and you apply and you get in and you become, you know, just even apply. Whenever you apply, just let me know, because I would love to hear that my video got to you. Anyway, I have to start getting ready. And looks like there's gonna be a few interesting people here at this dinner. Very excited to be in the room, to be excited, you know, to be here. Yeah. Hey people, hello. Hi Shane. With the one and only Pinky Cole at the Black Ambition, So Ambitious dinner tonight. And you know, like, she's like saying congratulations, and I'm like, taking after you. Okay, so many things to get congratulations. Yeah, you know, like mama entrepreneur, the real time mompreneur. I love it. Yeah. And I'm excited to be a part of Black Ambition right here at the Ambition Theater. Being a part of, you know, a collective of Black entrepreneur video, and the doctor talked about passing the baton, like, you know, paving the way for the next person. That is who I am unintended. It's opening the door for the next generation, inspiring the next generation, and continue to make that difference in the world.
And so Dinner with Bevan was born. And that was 17 years ago. And that's how I became an accidental entrepreneur. Thank you. I remember I resigned and I said, my boss said, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to write, I'm going to act, I'm going to juggle, I'm going to be a fire eater, I'm going to be just all the things.
Of our light. And when we truly step into who we are, that is what they are afraid of. But guess what? When we truly step into who we are, yeah, you should be afraid. Because we're building. We're builders. We built this, and we will continue to build again. And so, yes, now, yes. We are building things together. We're building things in community, and we're fighting new fights, right? And I'm excited to be here with you today. Our founder, Pharrell, sends his regards.
Hello everyone. So nice to see beautiful faces in the room today. You know, communities of color don't have access to the news and information that, you know, empowers them, because local news is dying, and we're here to democratize media. My name is Adedayo Fashinu. I'm the CEO and co-founder of TANTV Index, a media technology company with a mission to advance the inclusion of multicultural communities around the US. And with TANTV Index, we are the first AI local news aggregator and information aggregator for multicultural communities. And so we support publishers to, that small publishers, local publishers, Black-owned and diverse-owned publications, that are serving. They have grassroots audiences that care. But the issue with that, and we started as publishers ourselves from TANTV Studios, telling diaspora African stories. But as publishers, we found that the challenge that other publishers face is monetization, sustaining their business model. So we created TANTV Index as a platform that aggregates, so we can come together as a collective to collect those advertising dollars that we've been denied for so long. And that's the work we're doing, and I'm excited to be here tonight. Thank you.
So we can all be inspired by these two wonderful women.
Beauty is a very interesting being. Okay, she got to love. So I grew up with a mom who wanted to help everybody. My brand ain't just for one set of people. It's for everybody. And it all started with me. So I believe that I am a being that has been given an assignment where throughout this journey, I'm going to be tested, which is why I can never do wrong by people. I always got to do the right thing. I always got to be honest. I always got to be fair. So when you ask me, like, who am I outside?
Computer engineering, so that
With water.
Oh my god, you guys! They left you in the back? Oh my god. And she said so. Man. I knew this night. Okay, tonight was beautiful night, amazing TV. Yes, fun time. I did have a good night. Yeah, best time. Yeah. Tomorrow's gonna be even better. You look really beautiful. Yeah, you look amazing. Awesome.
I was heading upstairs also, and she was just like, I was leaving the room and I was exiting the room and she was walking in, and I think she was talking with some other people. Anyway, I spotted her and I went straight to her and I was like, hey, it's so nice to meet you. I introduced myself, and it was just, we ended up taking pictures together. She gave me her email, but in that moment it's just something that I'm learning to do, but I also want to encourage you to do as well. Don't shrink yourself. If you need to take that one picture, get that one email, and then the main thing is of course, like, follow up and know what you're, or just even try to connect like a human being. Be a human. Be a human, in these spaces. Connect naturally. It was I hate to keep using the word powerful, but powerful is the word for me for this week. Powerful. But she was in conversation with her, and I gotta give it to Pinky Cole. I have to give it to her. I mean, the lady came in full, ready to pour, and I mean ready to pour. She gave a lot of gems on her journey, like, how a restaurant burned down, how she was a TV producer at some point, how she started working on the Yala Vincent
a show, and that was at the point where she needed therapy and she was getting paid to get free therapy. You know, the Yala Fix My Life show. She was one of the she was on the production team for that show, and she just kind of touched on her journey to where she is now, where she's built over $100 million business, right? And she talked about picking entrepreneur talent workers, the HR aspect of the business, how important HR is in a business, and that when you pick the right talent, you're also consciously building a work culture for your company. So that was really insightful for me, because we've trained over 50 to 60 interns at TANTV overall, and to God, I mean, I wish I could keep the interns that we've trained, because they end up really being really good and all that stuff. So it was just insightful for me to see, just to hear her talk about talent building work culture, and she also gave like real-time feedback. Like I found it very interesting. You know, a couple of questions were asked and she gave real-time ideas that people could run with, and feedback in real time for people that ask questions. And you know, I just thought that was interesting. One of the questions I asked was, how is she able to show up so confidently when she enters a room, you know, or how she, you know, how does she show up so confidently connecting with, you know, investors and all that? And she said something that blew my mind away, which is something you kind of know, but if you're not walking in the consciousness of it, you miss it, which is not everything has to be transactional. That when you meet folks, right, just connect with them heart to heart. I said the best deals are done on the golf course, right? She said, and for us it could be, you know, like, just, I know as a founder you always have those needs and immediate ask, and you want to just ask someone right away for something, but always think of how do you connect on a heart-to-heart level, where you build a genuine connection with a person, so that over time they're able to say, hey, I'm there for you. And she gave examples that, you know, people meet at not conferences, but like places like Martha's Vineyard, where they're just like hanging, chilling, and you become like peers and all that kind of stuff. So you know, that was a big takeaway for me in terms of like being conscious, so that everything is not transactional, but there's a real heart-to-heart connection when you meet someone, and you know, just building that relationship. Bevy Smith, let's talk about Bevy Smith. Bevy Smith, my girl. You know, I love her. She, you know, I followed her a lot of her like shows and revelations. You know, it was nice to meet her in person, and she's so warm. She's so warm. Yeah, Bevy Smith killed me tonight. Very great MC, great host. And she tapped into the power of entrepreneurship. She shared about her own journey and everything else. And she and I also connected. We connected afterwards, based on what we're building at TANTV. So I'm definitely going to follow up on that connection with Bevy Smith. I just thought that was, you know, she's a sweet lady, and she's someone to know, and I'm glad I got to connect with her tonight. Really happy about that. What else was the highlight? Yeah, my peers, my founder cohort, the entrepreneurs in my Black Ambition cohort. I gotta give it up to Rebecca, Crystal, Felicia, Erica, Jasmine, Dami. I mean, just a bunch of us. Like we were the girls. Like we really rocked together, and it's almost like finding family, lifelong friends. You know, I've been a part of different cohorts of, you know, different accelerator programs, and I gotta say, like, you know, one thing about programs like this is that when you make connections, those connections, like, they are lifetime connections.
But this is good. I hope these videos are useful for the next applicant to Black Ambition. Honestly, I really hope, because I never really do this, you know. So I'm doing this because I know that every opportunity a founder can get makes a whole world of difference. Honestly. You know, that's why I'm doing this, is that if you're considering the application, I would say just submit as many applications as you can as a founder, you know. So tomorrow, what do we have planned? Tomorrow is demo day, right? We got here Tuesday. Tuesday was like really chilled day, you know, for everyone to travel in, settle down. That's what Tuesday was about. And then Wednesday, we went to the Dentsu office in partnership with Heineken. And we had different lab sessions. We had the CEO chat. We had talking about brands, why brands matter, you know, and all that. So that was good. So that was good. And then what else? Yeah. And then they taught us how to, you know, we tasted beers, and I'm pregnant, so of course I didn't drink no beer, but I tried the Zero, which has no alcohol in it, but it tastes just as smooth. So that was a nice experience. And then what else? And then today, Thursday, we had the So Ambitious dinner, and it was really good. First, we had the tour, the Black Wall Street tour in New York. You know, I talked about that earlier. And then we had the So Ambitious dinner, which is a gathering of all the founders in my cohort, the HBCU cohort, and then guests of Black Ambition attended, and we had a great speaker. Pinky Cole was a keynote speaker, and then the MC was Bevy Smith, and you know, all of that stuff that I said earlier. Really nice. So tomorrow, Friday, we have the demo day. Demo day is Friday, you know, and I can't wait to come back and brief you all about that, on how that went. Yeah. So I'm gonna say good night here, over here. I'm gonna jump into the shower. Yeah, day 1, day 2, day 3. Tomorrow. Tomorrow is the D-Day. The D-Day. So we are, we're in for some ride. Black Ambition, you guys, you've given us a ride of a lifetime, so to say. So yeah, that's it, founders. I will see you on my next video. Ta-da! Let me go shower and call it a night, because we have an early morning tomorrow. Yeah, that's true. We have another lab. I think we're meeting the co-founder of Priceline in the morning. So I'll make sure I record something about that, and then and then demo day in the evening. So it's gonna be packed full. I thank God for the strength He has given me throughout this week, being a pregnant mom and an entrepreneur, pregnant mompreneur, you know, going through this process. But it's been fun. I think that I have strength, and excited about what's to come.
Okay, so this is demo day. Check out my feet with my nice bump. We're also gonna do a headshot today, so I need a headshot. So this is very timely for me. Guys, I am rushing out. Let's see, better adjust my makeup here. I'm gonna clean this up. But anyway, rushing out. Today, demo day. But first, we're meeting with the co-founder of Priceline in the morning.
and then later will be demo day. So I'll see you later and I'll show you clips. Mwah.
A little bit.
So I went and got a job, and everyone's like, great, you have a great job with a great company and a great paycheck. I just didn't have a great life, because I didn't actually like to work at all. So I quit one day, walked out, everybody was mad at me, now I'm broke, my mom's broker, I got no backup plan, and I've been an entrepreneur ever since. I've been building companies ever since then. The first one I'm going to show you is in this presentation, but the ones you will probably know the best, we had a company I know is insane. Today everyone's trying to build the $1 billion company. We never talked about a $1 billion company. We sure as hell didn't talk about a $100 billion company. But along the way, we must have done something right? Because 3 of the companies turned into multi-billion dollar companies. So later, after making every mistake you can make 3 times, I went back because people kept saying, how did you do that? And so I went back and kind of reverse engineered and said, what did we do right now that I can look backwards? And see what made our companies grow from small companies to big, successful companies. That's what I'm going to share with you today. And so it's not just the stuff that I learned, but it's from other people that I got the chance to work with that had successful companies. So these are my...
And my friends were like, you're never going to travel, you're broke, and all broke. And I was like, and people would say, you're never going to get me a job that's going to pay you to travel. And I was like, I'll just make that job. That's the whole point of entrepreneurship. So, most definitely. Well, eventually I was getting paid all the time, but then I just sold the whole thing. I actually sold the company twice. But that's because
Priceline, guys.
Airlines wanted to crash. So I was like, I'm just going to try to sell the company twice and it worked out. I never pulled that out.
Again, the distribution channel is massive, and we're just trying to have strategic partners to
Yeah, of course. That's really, really cool. Congratulations.
Thank you.
This is what your girl is wearing. Here we go. The D-Day. We're gonna know what's up today. Okay. Wow. It's demo day, guys. This is what I'm wearing. Nice pointy boots. Ooh. Okay, it's going to be a fun day and a fun night actually. We're going to be pitching. I'm not pitching, but other companies are pitching, and I wish them the best of luck. And yeah, we're going to get an award. We're prize winners. I just don't know how much yet. So I will keep you guys posted on how much TANTV See Next gets. Okay, alrighty, let's go. Ooh. It's demo day and I'm excited. Go. Amazing. A lot of activations gonna happen. Beautiful setup. I love it. Hello.
Each and every one of you who have dedicated your time, your energy, your support, your prayers to these entrepreneurs and to this community. And for us, we stand in the intersection of being able to do quite a few things, right, to support these entrepreneurs. But I often tell these entrepreneurs and our team that in the very beginning, a lot of people thought what we were trying to do, how boldly we were trying to do it, how fast we were trying to fund these entrepreneurs.
Quite the opposite. Their hidden genius has been buried in an educational system that has historically failed them. Ladies and gentlemen, we need a revolution. But let me tell you, on top of that, once we re-engage those students, they have to get mountains and mountains of student loan debt just to pursue college. Let me tell you one about our partner, the Cal Kids program. See, in the state of California, 3.6 million students are eligible for free money up to $1,500. If you're low income, homeless, or in foster care, the money is in an account, all you have to do is claim it.
Accelerated. We introduced our product, we went viral, everyone was coming to our booth, spreading the word, organic growth, and also we have been selected to go to our first international trade mission, to Australia, and to meet with key distributors. So meeting with distributors, according to the American Heart Association, more than 350,000 out-of-hospital cardiac arrests occur in the U.S. every year, with 240,000 of those happening in the home. The person most likely to respond to that emergency will be you.
And lion's mushrooms. We launched our Daily Essentials multivitamin for women at the end of 2022. It has double the amount of vitamin D and 4 times the amount of vitamin B12. It's also the first supplement to win the Essence Best in Black Beauty Award, and we were recognized by the United Nations for our impact on health equity. We made Daily Essentials for women like Cassidy. She tried them for 60 days and it literally changed her life. Today, she's getting better sleep, has more energy, and her vitamin D levels are back.
She found blood in her underwear. Miss Roberts, am I dying? She asked. We decided we had to change that.
And so I'm super excited and honored to be in conversation with you both, the 4th year of the Black Ambition Prize. And so we're going to talk about community, we're going to talk about...
With Black Ambition and everything that we're doing, you know, this is a means to where you don't have to care about who got elected. Where you could just have your own. You don't have to be like trying to figure it out. You could be let in the room to even possibly get a look at the table, let alone sit at the table. You will build your own table.
That's right.
And we did last week.
And they adopted me, and within 30 days, built my first computer. 30 days after that, worked my first application. I'm going to major in computer science because this is fun. They should tell me I'm good at it. But if I hadn't listened and had been curious enough and just say, you know, he doesn't look like me, I don't care. It just sounds like he has something interesting that I can learn. Let me go check it out. There's opportunities like that, and that's why these networks are so important. Kind of, an event happens, you can't predict them because people ask me all the time.
I want everybody around me to be the fastest, because it's like, I've said this before, it's like running track. It's like if you run with a bunch of people who are faster than you, eventually you'll get faster. If you run with people who are slower, you know you'll retard. And I think for me, that was like a later lesson in my journey.
I would say having the right team around me is critical. And what I learned early in the military was that if you want to attract the best athletes, you got to make them care about your mission. It can't be all about you. You get 95, you get 5, you got to share. And the best companies that see perform share equity as broadly as they can. So I did that as well. I want them all to get rich. And if we all get rich together, that's great. It's enough to go around. But the quality of the ideas, and it looks like a room like this. And so I'm encouraged by just what I've heard. I go down there for some of the competitions, just listen to. It used to be small things, our t-shirt company, this company, now people are talking about things in AI and all sorts of energy ideas, and I've just been blown away.
We are seeing high levels of investment into Black entrepreneurs from Black fund managers.
Each other, and we're not mentoring each other. But again, I keep saying it, the day we do that, we will become our own Silicon Valley. And it's just about surrounding yourself with big thinkers, incredible doers, you know, a CFO that is fiscally just the most responsible. Ain't cheap with the napkins when you're ordering food, but you want somebody that's watching the money. Like, be the sunlight in the situation that you want to see. Be the sunlight that you want to see in the moments that, like, where it just feels dark. Just be the sunlight. Trust me, the sunlight is the greatest disinfectant.
Give it up for that panel one more time, y'all. Pharrell, Black Ambition is funding 30 pioneering companies selected from more than 3,000 applicants.
Oh my God, oh my God.
so we just take it day by day. And I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you so much. This is amazing. It's my wildest dreams coming true. And we hope that we can impact some of your girls, some of your nieces, your goddaughters, your sisters, your cousins very soon. Thank you.
Here, right there is 10%, y'all, 10%.
We're not going to
Found this without checks. Meeting.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're gonna get it from the airline. It's like we were flying back. So we're gonna break it into two.
There's 4 people in that one group? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Move it down so we can see her face. Yep, good to go. Okay, ready? Everybody's ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Real quick, guys. Real quick. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah.
Take a second.
Okay, so this is the final day of activity. Here we go. Iconic conference. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Hey guys, hello.
Our purpose, we want to bridge that gap to make sure lives are being saved. We want your loved ones to not be a statistic.
Also, make it like a fully immersive experience by creating a playlist of the music of the artist who was listening to when they were creating the art.
For those of you who know what poetry is, essentially it's a long function test that measures how quickly you move air in and out.
And then we get down because of them so our platform essentially helps lay down all of those barriers for them so that we can help get them rest and not help them with their dreams and help our families operate.
Yeah. Take those monies and spread across families. My sister Hattie and Lou, the nephews, cousins, and TT.
I too must continue to be a dreamer and be blinded to systems of oppression that dares to stand in my way. Please accept this token of my appreciation. I'm of Nigerian heritage, and this gift is an Ankara cooking piece my mom brought for me when she visited. Before embarking on the street, I thought deeply of what to give someone who has everything, and then I found this piece of clothing. I figured you're black in fashion, and you will know how to tailor it and make something of it. For my team at TANTV, my husband, who is also my co-founder, Abolaji Mutoku, myself and my 1-year-old King David and the newborn on the way, we say thank you. Love and Diet.
In the end, you just create this collaborative platform where 1 + 1 equals something much more than 2. And I think you can't grow it to the sky. You want to think about scale, but some things can't scale infinitely. And so for us, it's really about just the curation of a human network that drives value for the group.
But he invited me back, not as a performer, but just like as a participant, and I've always been honored by that. But then we became friends, and we talk about like things like presidencies, and we just sort of had this connection where we just sort of talk about like pop culture, even outside of the arts, just pop culture, period. And I would give him like my assessment, and I would give him like, I guess, what were predictions then. And we see a lot of the stuff come to pass or whatever, and we just always talk about those things. And I had like a more of a hunch in the way that I like looked at like the world, these approximations, and he would look at it from like he could show me like on a graph, why it was going to be that way, why something was going to turn that way. And it's just like,
Mike, can you give us a little insight into like how you're able to see the entire chessboard and be able to kind of make strategic moves, kind of insight? Share us a little bit more about like the mental process around being able to advise people at the highest level.
So my job is really just being humble enough to know that there's people out there much smarter than me. And my job is to be humble and listen more than I would talk. And so I don't think the game of chess ever really ends every time the way you want it to, but to try to get some sense from people that are that good at what they do, and sitting down with Pharrell or Francois, and understanding what's going on in inflation, what's going on with China, what's going on with luxury goods.
Who we are, everything changes. So yes, I'm dead serious. I'm gonna do a family KPI just so I can see who I got around me. And they can know who they have around them. And again, if you're in your emotions and you're just coddled all the time, yeah, you'll get upset. You'll stop talking to such and such. You ain't coming over their house for barbecues, whatever. Sure, and you're gonna stay right where you are. But if you're smart, you'll look at that sheet and go, okay, here's a report card. And here are the places where I can be better, or man, I knew I was the best.
And so it's less sort of backing a founder's idea and more backing a founding team that has a product that's generating revenue and that we can look at and see what the growth is, what unit economics are. And so our risk tends to be, are we paying too much for a company versus is this idea going to become a product, going to become a business, is it going to work? But we tend to really look at what can go wrong. So for example,
some of us sort of measure of appreciation, but again, there's always like words that people don't understand and hear it. So you don't have to assume just by or deduce from the success of what we've done together that they've had this effect on my life, but I need them to know that I acknowledge that I see the difference And I think it always goes along with your words.
And I think we have a really special friendship, and I love this guy. But it's because for almost 10 years now, I think we've outdone the other in trying to deliver and execute on their behalf. And you can't have thousands of friendships like that. It's pretty special, but you can have a few. And I think if you just are direct and you're candid, there's nothing wrong with, by the way, how many times do I say, I have no freaking clue. I don't know. I don't have all the answers at all. And I think you're just being honest, being yourself. You know, saying, I don't know the answer to that, but let me get back to you. I know about a person. So I always say that every single person is iconic. Everyone, from my assistant to the receptionist to the woman who runs HR to our CIO, there are people much smarter than you. Go find them and surround yourself with them. It's not even a board of your company. It's a personal mentorship board. So finding those people is much more valuable than being in any room at any event. I think events are fine, rooms are great. By the way, there's a lot of people in this room that we've brought here that would be exceptional mentors, exceptional advisors, good friends. So that's one thing. And I think in terms of like advice, which I can't give to a group, but I can give to any individual, I mean, there is a lot of tax planning and structuring that allows you to really maximize your optionality, right? A lot of you are so young and don't have a partner, you may not even think about kids yet, but you may have them at some point in time. You own this company. Today it's valued at a very little bit, right? Because it just hasn't, it's a private company and you've got a liquidity discount and you've got a 409A that's artificially lower than what the actual value of the company may be. And you can move some of those shares into trusts where all of the growth on those shares is tax-free. And then you get back the value of what you put in, but all of that growth is outside of your taxable estate. So something like a grantor retained annuity trust, like that's real. And I can't say that everybody in this room should go set a grant up tomorrow, but I would say I bet 90% of the iconic clients who are founders have multiple grants. And so that's the shittiness of my industry, is most people don't talk about this stuff. They don't want to go deep in the weeds with this stuff. And the people that really need to hear it, they're never going to. And I think that's an opportunity for a whole new business to be started. But nonetheless, there's a tangible example of something that I would look at least.
And yeah, it is a whole new business. And I wish it was one that Black Ambition could, you know, maybe launch as a little small arm. But even if we got a couple of people across the line, it would change the game.
Well, what we'll offer to do, since my partners aren't here and can't show the site, we'll be that advisory group for you founders whenever you have.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Thank you.
You think about like a separate situation where this woman did get the credit, but she was working with the NASA, Katherine Johnson.
Yeah.
She was the subject of a film that we produced called Hidden Figures.
Yeah.
And just imagine if this guy had been her friend at that time, what businesses would she own? Like what industries would she and her family now have? When you talk about like wealth management and the growth of it. And you know, you no longer have to feel that way. You don't have to feel like you're an anomaly. You're sitting in a room with a bunch of anomalies. If that's what you want to still call us. But I would just say that like you said, it's not the room. It's the individuals. And now you are literally connected to them. That's amazing. Absolutely.
Yes, thank you all. Thank you guys. We love you guys. Thank you.
They address a gap in a really timeless industry, barbershops. They built the operating system, everything from booking to marketing to payments to ensure that barbershops can run really smoothly and efficiently. The company was founded in 2015 and they raised this. And as of last year, they processed over $1 billion in payments.
Right.
So thank you so much, Tom, for doing something really good.
And really, I think some of the things that happen with Calendly that are very different from the other businesses is that first and foremost, I had a need for the product myself. And so I spent a lot of my life really understanding the problem. And this is, yet another thing that was different about Calendly is that as you build your product and your service, you also have to think about how you distribute it. And the distribution strategy, your go-to-market strategy needs to be complementary to your product and vice versa. And so when I look at the businesses that I started before, I started prior to Calendly, not only, I think one of the mistakes I kept making over and over again is I did not think about the product and the service and how I was going to acquire customers in a repeatable and scalable way, and at the same time in that doing those businesses. And also because maybe in some cases I didn't know enough about the spaces I wanted to compete in.
Today's the last day of my time in New York from the Black Ambition demo week, and it's 6 a.m. Sunday morning, just waking up. Something as I'm so moved, and because I've been doing this vlog for you guys, as best as I can this week, I just thought I should record this moment because I am moved. I am moved. I am moved by my experience this week. I can't even deny it. I am moved. Because when you start out to build something, people don't believe in you. Heck, sometimes you don't believe in yourself. You don't. And when you, for me, it's, we won $50,000. But I tell you, this is bigger than $50,000. The entire experience here has been immersive. Getting to see successful people, be in the room with successful people. And a lot of the people that I met that, they were mentors or judges here or just investors that were here. I got to have a lot of one-on-one heartfelt conversations. It wasn't even just about pitching my business to everybody that I met. It was just about getting to know them as human beings and talking to them. One encounter that I had this week was on the day of the demo day. I had a few minutes to connect with Lisa Price, Carol's daughter. And, we talked heart to heart, and because she looked so fabulous, so I was like, I gotta meet whoever that is, and she happened to be a judge that night, and I spoke to her, and we just had a heart to heart. I can't really say much of what we talked about, but we had a heart to heart. And successful people are human beings too, and I see that if they can do it, who are you not to be able to do it? Who am I not to be able to do it? We're all humans, but the difference is that they are beyond all odds, beyond naysayers, beyond the systems of oppression. They rose up to the occasion. They pushed beyond the trajectory. So if they can do it, I can do it. You can do it. I'm just so emotional this morning because my journey here, yes, I've been in different accelerator programs. The cumulative of all my experiences as a founder, excuse me, as a Black founder especially, is that I've come to understand that there are things that want to suppress us, that want to go, like, they are actively trying to fight against your success, my success, you rising up, you becoming who you are meant to become in this world. There are things that the systems that have been put in place that they're doing to hinder us. But it is up to you as a person, regardless of whatever obstacle, regardless of how hard it feels in any moment. It is you as a person that must decide that I too can be successful. I too must be successful. And what does that success look like for me? And that's that's my take-home lesson. That's my take-home lesson. I'm so inspired meeting Pharrell. You know, being around his energy, his vibe, you know, and hearing him speak, getting to understand the mind, the person, the mind behind this brand, this global figure, you know, hearing to just understand how he moves, teaches me that there is a certain way to carry yourself in spaces, in industries that you are part of, where you can be different, where you don't have to go with how the gold rush, you don't have to go with where everybody is going. You can be in the same industry and you can stand out. So the question is, how do you stand out? How do you stand out in an industry where everybody's going to the left? How do you go to the right? When everybody's going to the right, how do you go to the left? And how do you make yourself different? How do you remain the light, the constant light? You know, Pharrell, honestly, in the industry has been one of those people that has been no controversy around him. You know, and I look at that, and I also just see somebody who follows deep intuition. You know, things are gonna change for me after this experience. My life is not ever, and I'm telling myself, because there are a lot of days that I'm down. There are a lot of days that I doubt myself. There are a lot of days that I don't want to do the business anymore. There are a lot of days where I'm just tired. You know, but after this, I'm telling myself, I cannot go back. You cannot go. You Adedayo, you cannot go back to feeling down. You cannot go back to questioning yourself on this journey. You have enough. You are enough to keep going. You are enough to, you know, you are worthy enough for investors to see you and say yes to you. And you have to fight for that, and you have to push for that. That there is greatness in me, and I must admit it, because if there is no greatness in me, I won't be here today. If there's no greatness in me, I would have come this far. And so the fact that I can come this far, to be in rooms with billionaires that know my name or that count me as part of an entity that they can pour into, that's huge.
That's huge. That's huge. So I leave you with this. For me, it's bigger than the $50,000. It's now a challenge. I'm challenging myself to go big, to push, to be limitless. Like Pharrell told us, to go to the negative space, to do things differently than what everybody else is doing, to stand out in my industry, to be, to have intuition, to be bold. And this is not just like saying bold, but to be bold and to know that I am already a success and I can even be a bigger success. Hallelujah. That's it. That's the word. That's the word this morning. That's the word. That's the word this morning. That's the word. Hallelujah. Amen. Amen. Thank you, Pharrell. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Pharrell. Thank you. Thank you for being everything that you are and paving the way for us. Thank you to the Black Ambition team. Thank you. Thank you to all of you on the Black Ambition team. You guys are warm. Felicia Hatcher, you inspire me as a Black woman CEO. I see you and I'm inspired. To all everybody on the team, thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. It's been a wonderful time here in New York. Been a wonderful Black Ambition experience. And as I leave the hotel today, I'm taking not just the 50,000 with me, but I'm taking all the lessons, all the energy, the power to move in power, to move in power. The song says, I'm walking in power. I'm walking in miracles. I live a life of favor. I know who I am. I'm walking in power. I'm walking in miracles. I live a life of favor. I know who I am. I know who I am now. I knew before, but now. Get ready. Telling the world, get ready for the day. I know who I am.
New York, it's been real. Up we go. It's been real. Black Ambition. What a lovely time. Alright, heading to the airport and ready to be out of here. Gosh, I can't forget this. My God, I can't forget my check. I'm gonna carry this check around the airport and they're gonna laugh at me and somebody take pictures with me because she's a winner, So carry this check, head into the airport. Peace out.
Check and was able to pass through TSA, and they should be able to find a way to put it on the flight. So yeah, bye New York.